What is up? What is up? What is up, my peeps? It's yours truly, Landry, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we'll be reacting to top places to visit in the world. The video is brought to us by Ryan Shirley. When you get a chance, hop over to his channel to let him know that you found his video by my reaction and that you decide to stop by to show some love and support by, of course, leaving a comment. So now, without further ado, let's jump straight right into this. And let go.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and with almost all countries open for tourism, I think we're all excited to travel to some new destinations this year. So here's my top 10 places to visit in 2026.
Oh my gosh, man. That should look like the Maldives.
With tourism back to normal, 2026 is going to be a year full of travel. Whether you explore the tropical landscapes of St. Lucia or experience the unique cultures of Africa, I hope you can all visit some new places this year. Let's start this video off at Patagonia. This was the first place I traveled to last year, and it quickly became one of my favorite destinations I've ever been. Located in both bottom halves of Chile and Argentina, Patagonia is easily one of the most beautiful regions in the world. It has fjords like Norway, sounds like New Zealand, and mountains comparable to the Alps. One of the most famous places in Patagonia is Torres del Paine. Located on the Chilean side of Patagonia, Torres del Paine is a national park home to animals such as guanacos and pumas. One of the main reasons people come to this area is to do the hike to the Mirador Base Las Torres. It's a 12.5-mile round-trip trek with about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. We did the hike and it took us about 8 hours round trip, so it was a little difficult, but it was one of the most rewarding hikes once we got to the lake and could see the massive granite towers. Another one of the most well-known places in Patagonia is Fitzroy. It's this mountain range located on the Argentinian side of Patagonia, and I think it's possibly one of the most beautiful mountains in the world. To get a great view of the Fitzroy,
is it just
me,
me,
bro?
Lake
called Laguna de los Tres.
Y'all also
it's
want to
another
go take a
hike,
swim over
but
there,
it's
man.
definitely worth it. The trek there was 14 miles round trip, and on the way you just walk through some pristine nature. Once we reach the end, the view of Mount Fitzroy is just hard to believe. If you love hiking and epic views, you gotta visit Patagonia this year. After, we're gonna head to Europe to visit Albania. Located just north of Greece, Albania is easily one of Europe's most underrated countries. One of my favorite places that I visited in the country was the Albanian Alps. The mountains here are next level. I really like this place called Teth. We stayed here a few days and there was just so much to do. We hiked to this place called the Blue Eye, and it had some of the clearest and coldest river water I've ever swam in. Another one of my favorite places in Albania is its Riviera. Located on the Ionian Sea, the Riviera is home to some amazing coastline. We did a boat tour to explore the coast, and our captain took us to the sea cave. To get in, we waded through the water into the entrance of the cave. It looked pretty small, but then we turned to the left and had to go through this small opening. Then it opened up in this huge dome-shaped room, and I couldn't believe this place. I've been in a lot of sea caves in Europe. I think this was the coolest I've ever experienced. After, we're going to head to Italy to visit Puglia. Located on the boot hill of southern Italy, Puglia is famous for its seaside medieval towns and world-class beaches. We spent some time here this last summer, and it quickly became one of my favorite regions in Italy. One of the most famous places in Puglia is Milano Amare. It's a seaside town that's built right upon these sea cliffs. I mean, it was fun to walk around the city, and there's also a beautiful but often crowded beach there. Alberobello is another famous city in the region with its beehive-shaped trulli houses. One of my favorite places in Puglia was Otranto. It's this heavily fortified medieval city right on the Adriatic Sea. I love the contrast between the clear water and the medieval walls. Now, just 20 minutes from Otranto is San Andrea. It's this incredible swimming area with crystal clear waters and rock monoliths. To get in, there was this little ledge you could jump off of. It was just so much fun to swim here. If you want good Italian vibes in 2026, you gotta give Puglia a visit. Afterwards, we're gonna head to the Caribbean to visit St. Lucia. Of all the Caribbean islands, I think St. Lucia is one of the most impressive. Located in the eastern Caribbean, St. Lucia is home to volcanic terrain and tropical landscapes. My favorite feature of St. Lucia is its pitons, which are these jagged mountains that rise straight out of the ocean. You can get a great view of them from the town of Soufriere, and you can also take a boat tour to experience the pitons from the sea. Afterwards, we're going to head to Asia to visit Thailand. Home to some of Asia's best scenery, Thailand is a great destination to visit in 2026. One of the most iconic places in Thailand is the Phi Phi Islands. Now, to reach the Phi Phi Islands, you can take hour-long ferries from the nearby cities. The main islands have lots of amenities such as hotels and restaurants, and it's a great place to venture off to the other islands. I think my favorite one is Koh Phi Phi Lee. It's this
Koh Phi
insane
Phi Lee.
island you can boat around and snorkel. Now, one of my favorite
What?
beaches in
You can
Thailand is
snorkel there
Railay
too?
Beach. I mean, the
Man,
scenery
I
of
need
this
to learn how to
place is
snorkel
just
so I can
insane.
go there and
You can reach
enjoy
Railay Beach by
my
taking a boat
time.
in. Now, my favorite feature of this place is the massive limestone rock that overlooks the area. And the beaches don't get more epic. Afterwards, we're going to head to the mainland of Thailand to visit Khao Sok National Park.
Khao
This place
Sok.
is really interesting. It's this massive lake, and even though it was created as a result of a dam, the landscapes here are otherworldly. There's limestone mountains and rainforest vegetation home to animals such as the Asian elephant and tigers. If you can, I recommend staying here more than one day. You can spend the night on one of the lake's floating houses and just go hiking or boating throughout the park. While we're still in Asia, we're going to head over to South Korea. With neighboring countries like Japan and China, I think South Korea often gets overlooked as a travel destination, but I think it's an amazing place to visit. Seoul is the capital of the country and probably where you'll fly into when you come. Just outside Seoul is the Bokhansan National Park. It's home to some of South Korea's most beautiful mountains. Another great place to see South Korea's nature is Suraksan National Park. The rock formations here are so unique and beautiful. I mean, it's a scenery I think of when I imagine South Korea. Now, another stunning place in the country is Jeju. It's South Korea's largest island and it's located off its southern shore. Jeju is home to some peculiar landscapes and beautiful beaches. The Halasan Mountain is located on Jeju and it's the tallest mountain in all of South Korea. After, we're going to head back to Europe to visit Hungary. I visited Hungary a few months ago and I was pleasantly surprised. It's a beautiful country, home to magical castles and Europe's most famous thermal pools. Now, Hungary's capital city is Budapest. When people think of Hungary, this is often the first place that comes to mind. I think it's easily one of Europe's most charming cities. While we were here, I really enjoyed walking across the chain bridge. It spans over the Danube River, and from the bridge we could see the Hungarian Parliament building, which is one of the largest parliament buildings in the world. Another one of the most famous places in Budapest is the Széchenyi Thermal Bath. Built in 1913, Széchenyi is the largest medicinal bath in all of Europe. And this place is huge, and they have 3 outdoor pools and then 15 indoor baths. I really enjoy relaxing in the pools here. It's definitely a must if you're in Budapest. Now, another beautiful place in Hungary outside the city is Lake Balaton. Located about a 2-hour drive from Budapest, Lake Balaton is the largest lake in Central Europe. It's absolutely huge and it felt like an inland sea. One of the main reasons I wanted to come here was to visit Tihan. It's located on this peninsula and it's this beautiful village with lots of shops and places to walk. The main attraction of Tihan is its abbey. It was first built in the 11th century and the churchy city day was rebuilt in 1754. I really enjoyed just walking around the abbey. Hungary just has so many beautiful places to see. Afterwards, we're going to head to Africa to visit the incredible country of Ethiopia. Located in Eastern Africa, Ethiopia is one of the most fascinating countries on earth. It's the most populous landlocked country in the world, and it's one of only 2 African countries that wasn't colonized by Europe, so much of its culture, language, and food are extremely unique. One of the main reasons I wanted to come to Ethiopia was to visit the mountains of Geralta. The area is famous for its monks and churches which are built into the mountains. One of the most famous ones is Abuna Yamata. Also known as the Church in the Sky, Abuna Yamata is one of the most incredible and inaccessible churches in the world. It's built in an elevation of 2,580 meters into the side of a cliff. Now to get there, the hike honestly wasn't too bad. It took about 45 minutes, but the difficult part is this area where you have to rock climb. You take your shoes off and the guides help you. I mean, honestly, it wasn't too bad. When we got to the top, the monk was waiting for us. We walked the narrow path with the dangerous cliff on one side, with no rope or anything else to hold on to. After the cliff walk, you enter the famous Abuna Yamata Church. According to legend, it was founded in the 6th century AD. I mean, I was blown away by this place. The fact that it was carved straight out of the mountain is just crazy to me. Another one of the most famous places in Ethiopia is the Omo Valley. Located in southern Ethiopia, near the border of Kenya and South Sudan, the Omo Valley is one of the most famous places in Ethiopia, mainly for its diversity of local tribes. I mean, there's so many tribes here with very unique cultures and traditions. We visited several of them, but my favorite were the Stick Boys. Part of the Bana tribe, the Stick Boys are these young kids and teenagers who use stilts to help them see the cattle above the long grass, and also it protects them from snakes. I remember when I first saw these guys just standing in the middle of the street, I couldn't believe it. I mean, their sticks are huge, and it makes these kids over 10 feet tall. They had so much energy and were just absolute homies. They even let us try the sticks, and it's way harder than it looks. And we told them we wanted to film them for sunset, so we went to this different spot, and we got some of the most epic shots of them just walking along the road. I mean, these kids were so happy, and it was a perfect way to end our time in Ethiopia. While we're still in Africa, we're going to
gosh,
head to
man.
Tanzania to visit the Serengeti. If you've ever dreamed of going on an African safari, I believe the Serengeti is the
Bro, I
best
need
place
to
on
visit,
earth to see
the
Africa's
safari,
wildlife.
bro.
From massive herds of elephants roaming the savannah to prides of lions relaxing on the rocks, the Serengeti is a Lion King in real life. Now, to
Lion
get to the
pride.
Serengeti, we first flew into the town of Arusha, and then we made the 7-hour drive there. As for accommodations in the Serengeti, you can stay in places ranging from budget to luxury. On the more affordable end, you could stay in a tented camp. Even though you're in a tent, the interior can be very comfortable. On the more expensive side, you could stay in a place like the Four Seasons that has all the comforts of a luxury hotel while being immersed in the heart of the African savannah. The best way to see the Serengeti is by going on game drives. Every day we would wake up and be out from sunrise to sunset, witnessing so many incredible moments. One thing that I thought was so interesting about the Serengeti was that it had different areas with certain types of landscapes and wildlife. For example, there was this one place that had termite mounds and just long grass, and that's where we saw a majority of the cheetahs. There was also the swampy area, and that's where there was these huge groups of hippos. One of my favorite features of the Serengeti was the kopis. There are these stone islands, and there was always lions on them. The most memorable moment was when we escaped a massive thunderstorm, and we were able to watch these zebras grazing, accompanied by massive thunderbolts and the craziest sunset I've ever seen in my life. If you're wanting to go on an adventure in 2026, you gotta add the Serengeti to your list.
On
For
the air
our
balloon
final destination,
too? Yeah, I
we're
was
gonna head to French
flying in the
Polynesia
sky.
to visit Bora
Oh my
Bora.
gosh,
Of all
man.
the islands in the world, I
Bora
think
Bora.
Bora Bora is the most iconic. The geography of Bora Bora
Oh
is
my
pure
God,
perfection.
oh my
There's the
God,
main
bro.
island with its
I
towering
need a
dormant
vacation,
volcano, and then it's
please,
surrounded by this
please.
reef
I need
that
a
protects the island from the
vacation.
waves of the Pacific Ocean. Inside the reef, there's a lagoon which is home to some of the world's clearest water and is full of wildlife such as sharks and rays. Now, to reach Bora Bora, we flew into Tahiti, and then from
Better
there
be careful
we took a
around
short
them sharks,
15-minute
cause you
flight
know
and
they
landed on
bite.
Bora Bora.
Better be
The airport
careful
here
around them
is on
stingrays, cause
Motu,
you know
which is a little
they
island on the
sting.
reef. So to get to the mainland or the resorts, you'll take a ferry. We were staying on the mainland, so we hopped on the ferry and then made the quick 15-minute boat ride to the island. Now, as for accommodation in Bora Bora, there are several options. The most famous resorts are located on the islands or motus that surround Bora Bora. The resorts on the motus are definitely the most scenic and offer incredible experiences and views of Bora Bora, but they are also the most expensive and were out of my budget for this trip. Maybe next time I'll get one of them, but if you're looking for a more affordable accommodation, I recommend looking for places on the mainland. There's some really nice resorts and Airbnbs there. Now, I wanted to experience Bora Bora from the sea, so we stayed on a sailboat for the last few nights, and it was absolutely amazing. I mean, it was like we were on a bungalow, except we could go somewhere new each night and experience Bora Bora from all angles. Now, one of my favorite things that we did in Bora Bora was snorkeling. The water was just incredibly clear, probably some of the best I've ever swam in, and it was such a wild experience swimming with sharks. If you want to experience tropical paradise this year, you gotta give Bora Bora a visit. Well, that is it for my 2026 top 10. Let me know where you want to travel.
Hey man, can y'all please help me by freaking liking, sharing, commenting, and hitting the bell icon for the channel. I need all my videos to blow up, man. That way I can finally get enough to pay for a vacation, man. I need it, man. Alright, but most importantly though, if you haven't already, well, if possible, don't forget to hit that super chat / donate as it is the best way to support your boy. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.